Sri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, Lieutenant General Amarjit Singh Bedi ji, Sri Govinda Gode ji, Dr. Jagdeep Narayan Singh ji, Sri Alok Ranjan ji, Sri Srijan Pal Singh ji, Desh Deepak Verma, Secretary General Rajya Sabha, देश भर से आए हुए मेरा युवा मित्रों और आज का समारोह में अतिथि के रूप में आए हुए बहनों और भाइयों सबको नमस्कार और शुभकामनाएं। I really feel very happy this morning because this is a gathering which is most favorite for me. Addressing youngsters, meeting, greeting, talking, working along with the youngsters, I always like it because you are the future of the country. Seeing you all today, this morning, with the brimming confidence, happiness in our face, I feel really happy and I am sure and assured that the future of the country is safe and secure in your hands. Dr. Kalam, Sriman Abdul Kalam Summit are the two lovable leaders. Lovable. There are people who are admired, more admired, popular, great. I don't deny that there are others. But these two great personalities are loved by the people beyond politics, beyond caste, beyond religion, beyond region, beyond ages also. Young and also old. They used to like both these leaders, the Atal Bihari Vajpayee as well as Dr. Abdul Kalam. So I am really happy to come here and to join the inauguration of 75 libraries spread across 50 locations in India, and also I am told a total of 900 in different states are going to be established. It gives me great pleasure to join you today at the third edition of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam Summit on Innovation and Governance, which has become a valued tradition since 2016. I am truly delighted to be present at this summit, which is dedicated to a great personality like the Bharat Ratna, Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam, the missile man of India, who was known for his unique and innovative leadership in various government positions, including as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He truly was a people's president, whose only aim was to improve the living conditions of every citizen and strive towards propelling India into a developed country. I am also delighted to know that this summit is being organized in collaboration with another institute, Deen Dayal Research Institute, named after a great man, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya, who has devoted his entire life for the cause of the nation. He also was instrumental in giving a call of Antyodaya, uplifting the poorest of the poor, taking the care of downtrodden, suppressed, oppressed, depressed people, taking अंतिम भक्ति में जो बैठे उनका उत्थान, आज का अंतिम भक्ति में नहीं, समाज में जो अंतिम भक्ति में बैठे उनका उत्थान के बारे में पहला देश में सोच के देश के सामने विचार रखने वाले महानुभाव पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय और उनका नाम पे जो इंस्टीट्यूट स्टार्ट किया श्री भारत रत्न नानाजी देशमुख, who was a pillar of rural development and services. Rural India needs the craves for attention. महात्मा गांधी जी ने आज़ादी के बाद दो सुझाव दिया। एक सुझाव राजनीति से जुड़े है, इसलिए उसमें मैं ज़्यादा जानना चाहता हूँ। वो सुझाव ये है, उन्होंने कहा आज़ादी मिलने के बाद कांग्रेस को बंद करो, ऐसा कहा। He said close Congress party, disband Congress. Because Congress at that time, my dear young friends, should understand it was not a party. Congress in the freedom movement was a movement, a platform of different political shades. There are Subhash Chandra Bose, there was Bhagat Singh, there was Mahatma Gandhi, there was Jayaprakash Narayan, there are so many other people with different ideas. different thoughts. But they all joined together to fight against Britishers. And the fight is over. We got freedom. So he said, disband that platform, have your own political parties. It was disregarded. That's a different matter. Second advice given by Mahatma Gandhi was back to villages. He said back to villages. But unfortunately, leaders have shown their back to villages and moved towards towns. The result, now there is an urban-rural divide. This has to be bridged at the earliest because agriculture is our basic culture. 60% of the population of India still depends on agriculture and allied activities in the rural area. See, urbanization is a reality. You can't ignore it. For education, for employment, for entertainment, for enhanced medical facilities, economic opportunities, for all these 5 reasons, people are moving from village to urban areas. That has become a natural process. Even I migrated from Rural Development Ministry to Urban Development Ministry. That's a different matter. That's the reality. That's the reality. So, it's a reality. Keeping that in mind, how do you take care of the people in the rural areas? That should be the foremost agenda of government, state, center, rural, panchayat and municipality. That should be the priority for any political party. I am happy to note that today we are also starting new digital libraries spread across India, and many of these libraries are connecting with us via internet today. I am told that these Kalam libraries will be serving as centers for no-cost digital-based learning in schools and colleges, children, observatories across India. I am happy to note that this mission of Dr. Kalam is being spread via technology. I am also told that from its first edition, October 2016, this conclave has consistently been exploring how cutting-edge technology, 21st century management, and out-of-box thinking can transform the role and impact of the governance in India across the world. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's name conjures up visions of the India we all dream of. An India that is firmly on a developmental trajectory. An India that will harness its intellectual, cultural and spiritual capital to regain its rightful place in the comity of nations. An India which will reap rich demographic dividend by providing knowledge and skills to its youth. An India that is inclusive, where the welfare of all the people is taken care. An India which is dynamic, forward-looking, with the courage to bridge numerous divides, especially the urban-rural divide. An India where there is no corruption. An India where there is no exploitation. An India where the economic disparities are bridged. An India where there is no gender discrimination. That's the India which was dreamt by Dr. Kalam. And we are all here to work towards creating that India, new India, and then great India once again. My dear youngsters, India was known as Vishwaguru once upon a time. Students from the world used to come to India, to Nalanda, to Takshashila, to Pushpagiri, to other places to enhance their knowledge. Education. This is not what we are saying. Yuan Song, Pahian, the Chinese historians came in that century and wrote about India and its greatness. We had nearly 1/4 of the world GDP in India. We had trade relations with all countries, including Arab, Egypt, Greece, and other countries. And we have a civilization of thousands of years, which is given by our forefathers to us. But India never attacked any country. And we have history that all Sam, Dick, and Harry came and attacked us, ruled us, ruined us, looted us, cheated some of our minds also. That is another problem. We must come out of that mindset, colonial mindset. We should feel that we are Indians. I am an Indian. One must be our culture and heritage has to be preserved at any cost. Religion is different. Religion is your personal. You may be Hindu. You may be Christian, you may be Muslim, you may be Jain, You may be anything, but you are Indian. That's why when I became party president and I was in politics, now I am no more in politics. I have retired from politics but not retired from public life. That's why I am here before you today. I gave that slogan and advice. I said nation first, party next, self last. After some years, we have started thinking reverse. Self first, party next, nation last. But also something remains. This attitude has to change. Irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region, India is one. We may have different languages, we may have different dress, we may have different attires, but we are all one. Alag bhasha, alag vesh, fir bhi apna ek desh. भारत का विशेषता हमेशा हम इसको याद रखना चाहिए, इसको कायम रखना चाहिए। Youngsters of India, they should know the history, the sacrifice made by great people. They should know the history, that where you had the scientists, you have doctors, you have all great people. Charaka, Susruta, Samhita, Dhanvantari, Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya. You take any field, Varaha Mihira in astronomy. There were great people who have given knowledge to the world community. We should remember all that. And we should also remember now, given an opportunity, we can excel in life. See, many of the multinational companies are headed by Indians now. Nadella Satya, Indira Giri, Sundar Pichai, the latest, even Geeta Gopinath, who is the Chief Economic Advisor for the International Monetary Fund. Indian. You go to America, Silicon Valley, every second person, youngster, will be from India. Second, IT. We have made IT as our duty, and if you continue to do it, IT and duty together will make India mighty. That will add duty to it. So we have to perform our duty in a befitting manner, in a meaningful manner. This has to be remembered by all. The other day, Prime Minister gave one-line statement. I couldn't immediately understand the logic. He said, everybody doing their duty is patriotism. हर एक व्यक्ति अपना काम करे तो देशभक्ति है। मुझे ऐसा लगा देशभक्ति माने इतना सिंपल है। If everybody does their duty, that is patriotism. Yes. If every one of us do our duty, doctor, actor, tractor running farmer, teacher, if everybody does their duty, then the country will progress. So that there is no need for anybody to go to office, move around, meet the officer, greet the officer, shake hand, do something in between hand. ऐसा कोई जरूरत नहीं होना। तो देश आगे बढ़ेगा, देश ऑटोमेटिकली आगे बढ़ेगा। Dr. Kalam stood for the vision that for India to become a superpower, governance should be transparent, responsive, and corruption-free. In his own life, he lived up to these words through the professional actions and conduct. Therefore, the summit is rightfully dedicated to his vision and mission. And also the organizer rightly called Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, who was instrumental in bringing many reforms, many innovations in the governance in the state. And just now we have explained about the Rajya Lakshmi Yojana. Like that, many service guarantee. Whatever government says, that is guaranteed. Otherwise, just now you heard it. So like that, lot of new innovations have been initiated by him, Sri Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So similarly, we have also felicitated many people who has come out with some innovation, some service to the society. What is technology? What is innovation? What is science? What is research? The purpose and aim of research and science and technology is to make life of the people comfortable, life of the people happy. Mere prosperity alone will not suffice. Mere becoming rich alone will not suffice. Along with prosperity, you must also have happiness. Happiness is also needed. The world wants happiness. India wants happiness. Every individual wants happiness. Happiness is different from pleasure. richness. You may be rich, but you may not be able to eat sweets if you are not healthy. A healthy nation can become a wealthy nation. But a wealthy nation, there is no guarantee can become a healthy nation. So you have to aim at making people happy. I am aware that those who are all gathered here, including policy makers, IAS, IPS, armed forces, civil service, NGOs, leaders from the armed forces, members of the media, academia, are all dedicated to improving governance. The Prime Minister has given a three-line advice to all. He said reform, perform and transform. Transformation of the nation. Transformation of the nation in every aspect. In every aspect, that's why this demonetization, that's why this GST, that's why Jana Dhana Yojana, that's why so many reforms have been brought out by the Prime Minister. Politically, one may criticize, that's a different matter. It is left to them. In democracy, everybody has got a right to criticize. But at the same time, you must understand the rational. The rational is serving the people in a better manner, making the officers to come to office on time. Biometric. Simple, but transformation. When I became minister, initially I went around. I found 20%, 15% of the people are coming late, giving silly reasons afterwards. After the biometrics have come, there is a vast improvement in the attitude. Okay. Secondly, you did Jana Dhana Yojana, opening a bank account. I was a senior minister at that time. So PM said this will be taken up. I said, okay, it will be completed during our tenure. Prime Minister said, our tenure? I said, sir, if the thing cannot be done in 50 years, doing it in 5 years is good. He said, no, aisa nahi, jaldi hona chahiye. Prime Minister is Prime Minister. 16 months, my dear young friends, 36 crore people have opened bank accounts. 36 crore. It's a massive transformation. I call it as a transformation. Reaching the unreached, funding the unfunded, recognizing the unrecognized, that is a transformation. You might have seen Padma Awards. Those names are not popular in Delhi routine zone or in the national media. But such people who have innovated something, who have done something great in their own respective areas, they have been recognized and given Padma Awards. That's the innovation. That's a transformation. One day, about this bank accounts, after 36 crore people opened bank accounts, there were some skeptical people, pessimists. They were saying, bank account is open किया मगर पैसा है कहाँ? पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक खाता खोलने में मतलब क्या है? ठीक है? ऐसी आशंका व्यक्त करने वाले लोगों को 2016 नवंबर 8 तारीख शाम को समझ में आया बैंक अकाउंट कितना महत्व है। अपना पड़ोसी लोगों से पूछने लगे, ड्राइवर से, पीए से, असिस्टेंट से, आपके पास बैंक अकाउंट है ना? मैं कुछ दिन के लिए मेरा पैसा उसमें रख सकता हूँ। Inclusive growth, inclusive development is that. And then GST, bringing everybody under tax net. People collect tax, but they don't remit to government. Now GST is increasing the revenue of the government so that the revenue can be spent to people's welfare. And then DBT, direct benefit transfer. Earlier, you remember, late Rajiv Gandhi once said, if I send 100 rupees from Delhi, by the time it reaches Thiruvananthapuram and Anantapuram, only 15 rupees reaches, 85 rupees leakage in the package, the pipeline. With now DBT, Jana Dhana J, bank account, Aadhaar and mobile. Money is transferred through mobile and without going and meeting and greeting, shaking hand and doing something in hand, between hand, you get your money to the bank. That is a transformation. That's an innovation. I remember simple things I'll tell you. One day in cabinet we were discussing about urea shortage. Urea shortage has been there since 1978 and I became first time MLA. I used to argue, I used to protest, I used to talk out and I used to walk out also from Assam protesting urea shortage of farmers. Going on. So Prime Minister said, let us come with an idea and ask the Minister, let Anant Kumar, why? What's the reason? Is there a shortage of production? Minister said, no sir. Then if there is no shortage of production, why this shortage? Why queues? Why this waiting list? Why lathi charge? There was firing in Gadag. in Haveri in Karnataka. So, Prime Minister said this urea is heavily subsidized by the government because it goes to farmers. And the urea is also used for chemical purpose. And most of it is produced on the basis of production, they used to get subsidy, not the farmer directly. And these people were also using it for chemical purposes. So Prime Minister next week came and he said, here is an idea that you neem coat urea, neem coat. I could not understand. Urea को neem coat करने को तो खाने वाले मामला नहीं है, चीज नहीं. So neem coating urea, so neem coat. I can tell you, friends, from last 2 years, no line, no queue, no waiting list, no shortage, no black market in India. Because after neem coating, it became unfit for chemical factory use. So the entire thing is going to farmers. That's the innovation. Simple. There is no technology involved in this out-of-box idea. So we must now come out with such ideas. Innovative. We have ideas. The other day we have seen Indian Air Force going beyond Pakistan, occupying Kashmir and entering Pakistan and targeting the terrorist base, hitting them precisely and coming back in 21 minutes. That's the technology or what you call innovation, that's the new idea. Without harming any civilian, everybody coming back. So you need to go for new ideas. As I told you, science and technology and research main aim is to enhance the living conditions of the common people. Dr. Kalam always used to advocate the same, recommend the same. I am glad to see that this year these awardees have done exceptional work in improving governance and delivering value to the citizens from across 10 Indian states. This is someone who started a Mahila e-rickshaw project, someone who adopted 360-degree approach to advance safety and security of citizens, someone who implemented technology-based low-cost solution for public health care, someone who has worked to promote financial literacy, someone who has contributed to the social fabric and economic upliftment to the leprosy-affected people in India. That's a vulnerable section. I am happy to note that all the people have implemented innovations in various areas of education, healthcare, women, child welfare, finance, rural development and information technology. My dear brothers and sisters, youngsters, we have numerous challenges before us. The most glaring is the urban-rural divide. However, the government has not neglected this welfare, but there is a clear perception that bulk of India's challenge and opportunity lies in the rural hinterland of the nation. While the cities and urban centers have seen a growth rate of services and manufacturing sectors, the village economy relies mostly on agriculture. The critical challenge is to deploy the best possible ideas in the innovation-led development of the rural areas of the nation, where 60% of the people still live. From Ujjwala Yojana to Fasal Bhima Yojana, and now with the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Samman Nidhi, rural development has always been priority of the government. Today, nearly every single village is connected to electricity. I remember those days when I used to go to school, 3 kilometers I used to walk. Come back and read under the answer. Chimney, no electricity for me. Till I became MLA in 1978, there was no electricity to my village. No bus connected to my village. Now, every village is connected. Now, every house has to be connected. Growth would not have real meaning unless it touches the lives of the people living in rural areas. Growth has to be inclusive, and all amenities available in the urban areas need to be provided to the rural areas as advocated by the former President Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam under Pura concept. I am happy to note that ideas of Dr. Kalam are seeing the light of the day under such measures. My dear youngsters, India's economy has consistently recorded a growth rate of over 7%. The World Bank, the World Economic Forum, the ADB, the Moody's ratings, not Moody's ratings, Moody's ratings. Everybody is saying India is on the move. The world economy is going down 3% average. China, powerful economy, 6.8%. India, our motherland, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5%. At this rate, India will become the third largest economy in the world. The third largest economy in the world in the coming 10-15 years. if we all work together, if you develop a positive mind, if you give negativity from your mind, obstruction, destruction should be replaced by construction. The way discussion, then decision, that is the way forward, not obstructing and assemblies and parliaments and discussions and all. We should all have this in mind and encourage such people who are doing great service in that regard. Dr. Kalam propounded the idea of a developed India by leveraging innovative models of governance so that India can stand up to the world. We are now just one year away from the India 2020 that he has envisioned, and we can still fulfill the dream of Dr. Kalam if the entire nation steps forward to achieve the noble endeavor. Innovation and dedicated implementation hold the key to our future growth. I urge each one of you youngsters here, and especially the younger generation of the country, to research and come up with the new ideas and innovations and contribute to the Indian growth story. We have to develop a nation where rural-urban difference is reduced to a thin line, where everyone has equal access to resources, where best of healthcare and education is available to everyone, regardless of their social status, where poverty is eradicated, where crime rates are reduced. Every citizen has a unique role in achieving this form of self-reliance for a globally competitive nation. Together, with sustainable efforts, we can realize this dream of new India. Swachha Bharat, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, for crop and for crop, tree plantation. All these are not governmental programs or political programs of this party or that party. They are national programs. We must make them as a people's movement. इसको एक जनांदोलन का रूप देना चाहिए. There was a time when we used to think that everything is done by government. We need not do anything. We have to just only ask for that. That's not the case. We must also get ourselves involved. एक जमाने में ऐसा सोचते थे राजनेताओं के कारण से, सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. हम लोग भी अपना योगदान करना चाहिए. We should also contribute. Yoga, for example. Yoga is for your body, not for body. You have to understand this. Yoga is an ancient Indian art. It brings unity of mind and body together. Makes you more bright, more confident. Now yoga is catching up across the globe. We should not have any reservation. Some people try to link it to religion. The yoga has nothing to do with religion. One boy told me, sir, yoga is very good, sir, but doing Surya Namaskara. I said, what is your problem? He said, sir, Surya Namaskara. I said, if you have a problem with Surya Namaskara, then do Chandra Namaskara. No problem. It's all silly reasons. The entire world is looking to India. It's an ancient art. Nothing to do with religion. So we have to develop such attitude and then take it forward. My dear youngsters, every citizen has a role. As the Vedic sages have said, it's enabling thought coming from all sides. Let us work together with firm determination to create a brighter world. I would like to share with you that we must develop the nation-first mentality, and we should remember 5 things. 4 things or 5 things. 1, mother. Should never forget your mother throughout your life. Mother includes father also. Woman, W-O-M-A-N, man is there in woman also. Second is motherland, the place where you were born. You might have come up in life, but you should never forget your motherland. And the third is the mother tongue, the language that has come from mother's womb. You should never forget it. Because bhasha or bhavana ek saath chalta hai. You will be able to articulate better in your mother tongue. I wish that entire India, up to primary level education, it should be taught in mother tongue only. And if people have choice, want to have other things, they can go to other medium. I am not against other languages. Learn English, Hindi, Marathi, Punjabi, Assami, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayali, Kashmiri, Bhojpuri, Dogri, any language of your choice. But do not ignore your mother tongue. It has come from mother's womb. You must always remember you should talk to your parents and your children, your brothers and sisters at home in your mother tongue only. Why should you go for this other language? Mother tongue is like your eyesight. Other language is like chashma, spectacles. If you have sight, you will have foresight. If you don't have sight, even if you wear this ribbon, there won't be any foresight or sight also. So keep that in mind. And also Guru should never forget the Guru. Jnaan dene wale Guru. उन्होंने आपको बचपन से लेकर आगे भी आपको पढ़ाया, मार्गदर्शन किया, कभी भी भूलना चाहिए. Even after Google is very good, very useful. Google can never replace Guru. You have to understand this. So Guru is always important. That has to be understood. So my dear friends, youngsters, try to understand the importance of this message, and we also should remember that share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. Share and care is the core of Indian philosophy. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. We never want to attack anybody. We want to live peacefully in harmony with all, including our neighbors, including with our troubling neighbor. Our neighbor is aiding, abetting, funding, training terrorism. This is not acceptable at all. Terrorism is enemy of humanity. We must wipe out terror from the world because peace is prerequisite for progress. If you don't have peace, then you will not have progress. If there is tension in the border, there cannot be attention towards development. So we must eradicate this tension. The entire world must come together, and we, as a country, we have shown that we can live in harmony. We must live in harmony with the nature, culture, together for a better future. Love and live with the nature. That should be our motto. Because nature also is important. We have, and as I told you, we never attacked any country, but in the Indo-Bangla, that for 91,000 Pakistani soldiers were sent back home without doing any harm. This has to be understood. That is the history, and that is the culture, that is the civilization of India. They should understand this, and they should give up this, and then work towards peace and progress. Terrorism, any kind, it should be put down with an iron hand. The entire world community must join together. The United Nations must conclude its deliberations and then go for early action to cut the source of funding to the terrorists. This is the need of the hour. We don't want anybody to interfere in India's internal affairs and help us. We are capable of fighting for our cause, protecting our country. Our army is capable. They have shown their support. We want the United Nations to conclude its deliberations early and then go for strong action against the people who are spreading terror, who are funding terror, whether it is ICICS or whether it is other organizations or this Jamaat Islamic, this is Lashkar-e-Toiba or Jaish-e-Mohammed. All these are different names, different faces of terror. Source is the same. So we have to see that the world community acts on that. And as far as the country is concerned, my only appeal to all of us is let us not be divided on the basis of caste, creed, sex, religion and politics. Politics can wait. This is the need of the hour, that we should all speak in one language. All leaders should speak in one language. We should not demoralize our army. We should not demoralize our army. In the social media or in our media, we should not do anything which will affect the morale of our army or their family members. We should all join together in this hour of challenge and then see to it that we take this challenge in a successful manner and also work towards the betterment of the country. That will be a real great tribute to Dr. Abdul Kalam. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.